Before we get into the meat of the show, I want to share one of our insight segments with you all. So, given we're in the holiday season, lots of different customs and traditions that people follow, and one of those is giving gifts to each other. For our first segment, we wanted to ask our global contributor network to share what was their favorite, worst gift they've received and why it was such a hit. So let's listen to what they have to say.
The gift I have received was like a teddy bear on my birthday. The teddy bear was like a broken from the inside, and that hand was broken, completely broken. I was like, feel like, why? This is on my birthday, and you are giving me the broken gift. So that is the very terrible gift I have.
I received some things related to Hanukkah because I celebrate that, and it was a nice Hanukkah bag, but then I received like Manischewitz grape juice, kosher salt, and although the gesture was like cute and trying to be like kind of funny, it was actually felt very awkward and like appropriating certain culture, and like I could tell that they didn't really understand it as well, so that was weird but interesting at the same time.
I would say one terrible gift I probably got was when I was younger. My parent, I think it was my dad, surprised me for Christmas with a Game Boy game, and it was the Bible game, I think it was, and it was this really awful Game Boy game. It had nothing to do with the subject material, but it was a really awful game. It like you could beat it in 10 minutes and there was really nothing to it. It was just really awful. And I kind of had to fake liking it for a bit and everything, so.
So I think the worst gift I ever got was from a new boyfriend. Well, not that new, but it was like our first Christmas together, and it was like 9 months and whatnot. We lived in Minnesota, and I tried picking up some thoughtful things, and he got me oh gosh, what do they even call them? Like, you know, they're like basically little cleats that you strap on the bottom of your shoes so you don't fall. And I'm like, what would I ever do with these things? And yes, I conceptually know they exist, but like I don't need these shoe grabber gripper things that I will never use. I'll toss in my car and never use. It was like so unromantic and so unthoughtful. And he was a good guy, that's the thing. But I think he just panicked and didn't know what to buy. So he bought me these ice gripping things for the bottom of my shoes. And I'm like, oh my God.
There have been years that we have received pictures of people's faces, just a blown up giant photo that we didn't know what to do with. It was super awkward, and you know, it was one of those things where you had to pull it out every time they came over because they were an elderly family member.
My grandmother was such a sweet lady. She liked to spend the whole year putting together her Christmas gifts. Like as soon as Christmas, well, I guess New Year's was over, she then spent the next 11 months crafting a gift for her grandkids and kids. And so a few years before she passed away, she got into photography. And so for a few Christmases, we got nicely put together photo albums as our Christmas gifts, and they were kind of sweet. Like she really liked birds, like she would take pictures of birds and put those together, or it'd be like a food album. And then one year my grandmother was in her 80s at the time, and a lot of her friends passed away that year from old age, and she decided that at every funeral, she is going to take a picture of the person in the casket. And then she didn't stop there. She then took those pictures and turned it into a calendar. And then she gave all of her kids and grandkids a calendar made from the last pictures that her friends ever had taken. It was really creepy because I did not know these people. None of us knew these people. It was really weird. And I don't think anyone put it up. I think we all just nodded and said thank you. But yeah, it was a weird gift.
I have so many follow-up questions.
So many. That was pretty incredible, though. It's fun to see different people commenting on what was their best, worst gift. I think mine was, or has been in the past, I have a relative that's known for regifting. So taking presents that they've received from other people and then giving them to others at other holidays. And I had that person, I had gifted them something a couple of years prior that they then gifted back to me at Christmas time, which was pretty amazing. So I'd love to hear, Sean, Mike, and Michael, your best, worst gifts. Maybe we can start with Michael.
Yeah, look, I think I've been lucky. I don't ever actually recall receiving a bad gift, either for the holidays or for my birthday. All of this feedback does remind me of a great early episode of The Simpsons where Homer does not know what to get Marge for her birthday. So he ends up buying her a bowling ball with his name on it, knowing that she has no interest at all in bowling. And I think he even gives it to her and says something like, "Oh, if you don't want it, I know someone who does." It's great early episode that everyone should go check out.
Yes, the gifts you give to other people that are really for yourself. That's
Exactly.
that's always a fun one. Mike, do you have a memory of your best, worst gift?
This is, first of all, I loved those comments from the contributors about their gifts. I love how you can get people to open up about their feelings and their inner thoughts on a test where they're just talking to their computer. And I really want to know what happened with the boyfriend who had the cleats. That's what's just running through my head right now. But anyway, personal story, young kid, really wanted a particular racing toy, and I was a nosy little bugger. And so I went snooping around the house to find out where my mom had hidden the toys prior to Christmas. And I found them, and I saw that the racing toy that I wanted was there, and I was so excited. I was like all set. And Christmas, no anxiety now. I know I'm going to get exactly what I want. Christmas Day comes along. We all unwrap our presents. They gave the toy to my brother.
Tragic.
And so traumatizing that I still remember it today after all these years. But actually, that was a breakdown in communications because clearly I had not communicated properly to my parents. So it's actually my fault.
That's a very sweet, sad story, Mike, but clearly very memorable for you. Sean, how about you?
Oh, sure. There are a few to choose from, I'll be honest, but the one that stands out, I think I was probably 12 or 13 at the time. I suppose my family saw me as coming into adulthood in some sort. My aunt got me a cologne that was particularly awful. It was pungent, it was really unpleasant in my opinion, but of course had to act like it was great and quite a thoughtful gift. Ultimately, that meant that almost every family gathering, I felt compelled to wear this and suffered through it with, tears brimming in my eyes.
I'm sure everyone else was suffering through that too, if it smelled as bad as you are describing. So super fun. Thanks for sharing. And Mike, I totally agree with you. It's so nice to be able to get that level of feedback and sort of sharing from people. And such a wide variety of examples as well.